in round. The winner will make it into top 8. The loser will have to hold his breath and hope his tiebreakers are good. My name is Zachary Evans. I'm joined by Scotty Wright from the 4-0 drawing bracket. And
Who'd you draw with, Scotty Wright?
Jonathan Wright.
Oh, that must be nice.
And Garrett Meadows from the 0-1 drop, the 0-2 drop bracket.
No, I never made it to 0-2.
1-1 drop bracket. So, but we're watching here this round 5 matchup between, on the left, Travis Martinez. He told me this is his very first FNM, and he has gone 3-1 with a mono green deck. Scotty played with him earlier, said it's kind of a budget deck, but it's basically just mono green stompy or beat down or.
The 4 Predator Ooze,
it's an Ooze deck.
Wolfear Avengers,
that's fine.
Strangled guys, it's pretty.
Did he miss his land drop? Or did
No,
Maxx go
Maxx
first?
will play first.
And then Maxx is playing a bug control deck that's just bug good stuff mostly, right?
Right.
But with acidic slime.
The over at the top being the Deadeye Navigator, Thragtusk.
Is he just playing one Deadeye Navigator?
No, he's got to be playing like 4.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Oh, that's greedy. Like no one played 4 Grave Titans.
Swing for one with my Squire.
Get in there.
Yeah, this has Revenge of the Hunted as well.
Ooh, I love that card.
That card is really good off the top.
Yeah.
It's really good in the hand too if you have 6 mana.
You got me there, Garrett. Strangled guys coming. Oh, I love his style.
Right inside.
Just put it in. Comes in tapped and attacking.
Very Alec Myers-esque.
You've never seen me pile it. Yep.
I'm just trying to see who's in here.
Okay.
Did Brandon later,
Brandon Hart?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know he was here.
Main phase in Alchemy.
Looking for land.
Mr. I Fish for Lands. Forbidden Alchemy plus Deathrite Shaman.
Alchemy is one of those cards that really fell out of favor as like the Solar Flourish deck stuff being played. And I know there's a lot of better things to be doing probably with Think Twice and Sphinx's Revelation and whatnot, but Alchemy is a heck of a magic card.
It is.
Very much so.
So Maxx found the 4th land. I can see a Thragtusk in his hand.
Make a mana.
Pitch, land, Thragtusk, something.
Yep.
Double up on your Deathrites. And just to answer in the chat, both of these players are 3-1 tonight.
And I don't think he has any unexpected results in his deck.
He does not.
Because revealing a Deathrite off an unexpected results is kind of crappy.
Well, they talked about it earlier, or actually someone left a comment on one of our Facebook or YouTube videos earlier about how last week Ian Strage was playing results in a basically mid-range deck, where the best thing you could flip off of it was Armada Worm.
Right, or Angel Trinity.
Right. And yes, results in that case is not nearly as, spinning the wheel is not nearly as lucrative, but it's still just a good value card.
Right. I could still ramp spell with buyback.
Is he playing Vraska, do you know?
Maxx does not play Vraska.
Should I just open the door and ask him, hey,
because
you play Vraska?
He wanted to borrow some off me, and I never brought him. Ooh, what is this? Is this Titanic Growth
and
Giant Growth? So that's +7.
Here's the thing. If you remember, I don't know if you remember from ages ago, but there was a tournament that Brian Berger almost won, going away, by playing 4 Giant Growths in his deck.
Right.
And everybody was talking crap on it. And I was like, you can call it bad as long as you want, but it will still kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And that was also what, I can't remember his name.
Corey Buchanan?
Corey Buchanan played.
Yeah, because when you put it on a double striking guy, it's very good.
Yeah.
It's also counterspell. Spear your guy, Giant Growth it.
Stray.
Yes, I think Travis told me he'd been playing only for about 3-4 weeks.
Well, he's got his order of operations.
Is that Deadbridge Goliath?
That is
Yes.
Deadbridge Goliath.
That's another card that, like, if Thragtusk didn't exist, Deadbridge Goliath would be everywhere.
Well, it's also facing off against Deathrite Shaman, so...
Yeah, it was still 5/5 for 4. Like, still gonna trade with the front half of that. Thragtusk.
Yep.
Would you attack there with the String Root guys?
Definitely not. I don't want to give a free +1/+1 counter. Whenever I'm on the defense now.
Oh, I guess he could eat it too.
Right.
Man, I'm really bad. I didn't even realize you could eat it. So what is Maxx's Planeswalker suite?
Tamiyo, Liliana, and that's it. He used to have...
I know he's playing a lot, several copies of Liliana.
He used to have Jace Architect-a-thon in his deck, but he opted out of it. Speak of the She-Devil.
Not nearly as good here as... Do you +1 it here? You're ahead on board, right?
And he's Hellbent, yeah, so you definitely +1 it. And that gives you the mana you need to shock Travis next turn with your double Deathrites. As he discarded a forest. Arbor Elf.
This is the part of the game where Thragtusk wins the game by itself.
Well, if we can top deck a Deadeye Navigator here...
What if we top deck the Revenge of the Hunted?
Revenge of the Hunted seals it.
On my Arbor Elf.
Right.
Trade with your team.
Would that win? That'd be 7/7 Arbor Elf.
2, 3, it'd be 8.
7 butt.
And then he gets through 7 with the Stronger Geist Deadbridge Goliath. Or 6. So no, Max just said he had 6.
Yeah.
I wouldn't... Like, I think he doesn't... Well, with Max tapped out, the String Root attack is fine.
No, I mean, Max can still eat the Stronger Root if he taps this one.
Oh, yeah. Is there... Oh, yeah, because he discarded, yeah.
Yep. And there is the X-Man anti-hero that...
It looks like a giant mushroom.
Juggernaut. Yeah. I'm not going to say the follow-up.
I don't know what's funnier. The fact that you could remember one of the most memorable villains in the Marvel Universe, or the fact that Scotty said, the one that looks like a giant mushroom.
Well, this guy is dome-shaped.
High five.
He has his own viral video. He drives a Dodge.
Alrighty, so now we get to see the fun interaction of Undying and Deathrite Shaman, as Max will gain 2 life after Travis thought it was the best play to sacrifice the Striker Geist to the Liliana activation.
Yeah, well, especially if you just started playing, like, that's not going to be the most obvious.
Exactly.
Got to start somewhere. Question in the chat from longtime viewer Matthias, who is our #1 rated Chilean fan, asking if Max is getting the cards together to play Battle of Wits next week as part of our Max Turner Needs a Deck promotion. The answer is absolutely not, because that deck is not good, and I'm not going to make poor Max miserable.
There's videos to prove it. There are 3 people in this room right now that were all witnesses.
Yeah, because Scotty Wright's a total jerk until they beat Battle of Wits, including when he was dead on board to Door to Nothingness. What did you do to it? You Abrupt Decay? How did you kill it?
Door to Nothingness.
There was no door in my deck.
There was something he was dead to. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Right now. Can we tell these players to pause?
I was too at that time was playing a bug.
The Juggernaut bashed in for 3.
You've Vraska'd something.
I've been in Vraska. Oh, what was it? I don't even remember.
Doesn't matter.
Arbor Elf facing down against a very potent board from Max. Travis really up against it here. Obviously bluffing the pump effect here. But Max has a bluff of his own with 5 mana untapped. Attacking with both the Arbor Elves, going to Giant Growth this one to kill your Liliana.
If Max plays another Liliana, here's going to be the biggest blowout.
Right.
It's only because I know from his own admission that Travis had just started playing that I'm okay with these new art Giant Growth.
Right.
I need to see a giant rat eating cheese or a giant horsefly.
Yeah.
Or mosquito or whatever it is. That's the one I use. That's
yep,
the mosquito.
there's the Liliana.
Hooray!
We're not even going to edict the Lonely Arbor Elf.
He's just going to have one Liliana locked from here on out.
Yeah.
This is that classic example of a game that's been over for
Right. It was over whenever he resolved the Thragtusk, I think.
Revenge of the Hunted's not even very good here, is it?
No, because
Does it make everything untap and block?
No. So you could
Everything
activate.
able to block most.
You could activate both Deathrites to.
Does it give it
save
trample?
them. Yes.
So it'd be 7.
It's the trample
You can do
lore.
3 damage to Liliana. But the two Deathrites are just doing so much work in terms of life gain.
Right.
Oh, he's just gonna kill him with it. Might as well. I mean, he's way ahead. But
Well, this is a legacy deck. Like Liliana and Deathrite Shaman is a legacy deck. So.
just without fetches.
Yep. So the combo of make your opponent discard cards that you can eat with your Deathrite Shaman.
Did you like in that legacy game when not with cast Emerald, just cast 2 Archdruids in the same turn and bash for Xaxes?
So
Or
we
you
talked
lost
about,
We were trying to figure out what happened.
so
I
you
think I
talked
got
about
lost
Revenge of the Hunted.
a little while back.
Is it just Miracle?
Oh, he could have miracled it, or he could have put it in his hand. Either way, it's the only card.
There is no.
And
But
Max,
he has an.
Max might have just had a blowout of his own
I
after
know.
seeing that card.
I know for a fact that Max does not have. He does not have any counter spells in this deck. So Max is going to tap his 2 Deathrites, or activate them, I should say,
Right.
just to keep them from getting burned. So he's going to eat 7 here, right?
He's going to eat 7, fall to 7, and then drop Travis down to 5, leaving him dead on board. Somehow dropping Travis to 2. Deathrites were really good. Swing. That's the ball game. Off to game 2.
We've been doing this way too long, but if I ever get like really, really bored, I'm going to go back and try to figure out like who has the best win percentage on camera.
Okay.
I would think that without just
Jonathan Wright.
and I would think also Maxx.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother never loses on camera. Although I should point out that your brother doesn't really lose at FNM.
He knows that deck inside and out,
He knows
regardless of which.
He knows that what?
Yeah, you heard me. Regardless of what version he's on, he's still not a fan of the Reckoners in that deck, though, which I think is fine.
What, you do like the Reckoners or you don't?
He does not like them, and I think I agree with that to some degree.
They're very easy to deal with, but then also some decks can't beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have them in the sideboard?
We suggested, but
I don't know.
the sideboard he has a pretty.
I mean, people are pretty
tightly
content.
tuned.
People are pretty content to have like the Geist in the sideboard and the Reckoner's main. Like, would you consider swapping those? Like, Geist is clearly a good enough card that
he has neither of them in his 75. Yeah.
How does he win the game? Just boredom? This other player just gets
Restoration Angel
Game
and
1
Aurelia.
is Angels.
Frustration Angel.
Yes.
That's what I like to call it.
What, Aurelia?
Symbol?
Burn.
No, there's no
Symbols on the
symbol.
board.
A symbol.
Never bet against the gambler.
He has his clones on the board for the Reanimator matchups, and his own one of Angel Serenity.
You have a hole in your shirt.
Me?
Someone has a hole in the shirt.
The dude on the right is me?
No, the dude that is the right.
The dude on the right has a hole in his shirt that's
My shirt.
bothering me.
He's trolling us.
I have no hole.
I don't see.
This is where we put our heads. These holes.
Oh, Max has a hole in his shirt.
Oh. It's not always about us.
What do you want me to do? I forgot to bring my spare shirt. I forgot to bring 2 things. Number 1, the box of tokens for the feature match area, and number 2, extra shirt for Max if he has a hole in it.
Alright.
Earlier, I was able to trade Shocklands for City of Traders.
Okay. I know that someone came in here saying, I have the City of Traders.
Yep. That's what happens. During the week, people say, hey, do you want this old card? And I'm like, yes. And then they come here and whittle through my boxes until they find stuff they want.
That's game. How much is City of Traders at right now?
35 near mint. That was
Wow.
That was not near mint.
That was not what I expected. I expected it to be like Ancient Tomb price, like maybe 15, 20.
Those cards, despite Ancient Tomb being more heavily played than City of Traders is much rarer. So X's cards are just rarer than. Plus, Ancient Tomb's been reprinted.
Okay.
I love City of Traders.
It's like you just like responding to the trigger, don't you?
What? Responding to what trigger?
I have to sacrifice this.
Sure. You don't usually have to do it. It's just if you forget to do it the first time, you always have that window. It's basically like City of Traders said, you must sack this when another land comes into play, but you can forget once.
So don't forget to tune in next week for our promotion. Max needs a shirt.
But that is something for those of you who we talked about it earlier. But if you'd like to help pick the decks that Max plays next week at FNM, go over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Look for the big picture of Max with a bunch of deck boxes and leave the deck you want to see him play. I think tomorrow morning I'll start the poll with the final 3 decks.
What are the 4? Are there currently any now?
No, I mean we haven't started the poll. It's just the listing phase, but it's going to be like the Travis Wu Unexpected Results Turbo Fog deck, because that's like so many people have already mentioned that I know it's been in the top 3. Then the Black White Immortal Servitude deck, which I know for a fact that you Black Green.
Yeah, it's got green in it for like
Black green.
Visionaries.
Black Green, Strangleroot Dice, Visionaries,
Blood Artist, Bloodthorn Vampire,
Cartel Aristocrat.
Cartel Aristocrat.
Yeah, I guess there's versions. I've watched a couple videos
It's a
throughout
junk.
the week that just was.
Junk Servitude.
Most of the
That's a
ones
good-
I watched
that's a good
was
song
Black
name.
Green, but
And now Extort the Gravecrawler with their hit Junk Servitude off their album. What was the name of the album you said earlier? Oh, you gotta write these down. How are we gonna have memes if we can't remember them? Do you remember the meme name for the drummer in our fictitious metal band?
Band Wolfyard.
Band Wolfyard.
Because we
said somebody's
Band Control with Johnny and Jane Wolfrun.
It's Band Wolfyard. It's both a good deck and a great name for a metal band drummer. It's actually more of a bass player, I think. But
Turn 1 Arbor Elf. About
And
the
then-
best start Travis could hope for.
Travis did mold a 6, right?
And Max just being a jerk. Turn 1 Death.
He can beat these Deathrites. It's just much harder.
Does Max play Thought Scour? If
No.
not, why not?
He plays Alchemy.
He does play Alchemy.
I mean, Alchemy's a better card in this deck for him.
Okay.
Because Alchemy has some
Let's pick the
filtering.
Liliana.
Yeah. And that's Wolfy Avenger.
That's a main phase Avenger playing around counterspells.
Well, he doesn't know Max doesn't have any.
Mm-hmm. Turn 2 Farseek from Max. Max fetching up the Overgrown Tomb and taking it back.
Earlier in the
Good
chat, Chaz had said that he'd make a to-do list of make a box of tokens and get extra trick for Max.
Right.
And then Trixis added, get Taco Bell. I don't know, I found that way funnier than it should have.
Because last week you were mentioning about 50 times that you wanted cool range tacos from Taco Bell.
Well, that was like a month ago.
Well,
Or the
last
They're
time
not,
that,
they're,
last time that I
here's the
can
thing
remember.
about the Cool Ranch Taco. It's not bad, but Cool Ranch doesn't go with Mexican food as well as nacho cheese.
Right?
See,
You're going to have one and you're going to be like, alright, this is okay, but you're never going to order another
I've
one.
had the nacho one. It is never enough nacho flavor for me for some reason.
Yeah.
Regular Doritos have more flavor.
Here's what
for me
we've
than the
learned
shell
is
of
that
such
Scotty
a
Wright
letdown.
has an insatiable lust for nacho cheese Doritos dust.
It doesn't leave that. Yeah, it doesn't leave that dust on your fingers. But
Giant Growth, my dude. Max down to 12.
Just using the giant growths as lightning bolts.
Lightning bolts.
I mean, that's fine. That's how he's going to win this game. But if Max plays a land here, and then, well, I guess there's not one in the bin, so he can't
Correct.
immediately cast the Thragtusk. But
Does he have a land in his hand?
I don't know if he has a Thragtusk or not.
Easy there. Elbows
Up a
McGee.
bit.
Sorry. I'm actually really tired of Taco Bell at the moment. It's the only thing that's open after FNM.
I keep wanting to go to a Taco Bell and then drive past anything else. I'm like, no, I'll eat there.
Deadbridge
Goliath. Main phase.
What's it gonna do? Instep it?
I don't know.
It's not how magic works.
Like you attack with the wolf here and you represent your giant growths and your titanic growths.
Oh, I understand. You meant first main phase.
Right. Ooh. But
He does have.
if he attacked
Oh, why?
with the wolf here,
Would you have
I would
attacked
have
then?
totally been like, what with my Deathrite? He's like giant growthed or something because I forgot about the Arbor Elf.
Why didn't he attack with the Avenger?
Maxx had untapped lands. And there's no regeneration shield available.
Oh, Tamiyo
No.
tapping the Deadbridge.
Probably the wolf here.
This has got to be like a struggle for like a new player. That's like at least if he just started playing Magic, he at least is aware of Planeswalkers.
Right.
Like,
Have the Deadbridge.
I remember when I first came back to playing Magic 3 years ago, looking at a Planeswalker card and being like, how does this work?
Exactly.
Is this a Magic card?
The first time when I played with Planeswalkers, the other guy didn't know about them either, so I was using the abilities on his instep. They were awesome.
But to be fair, that's just because you're a dirty cheater.
I didn't know any better.
And then you can imagine when I went back and looked at old cards and like Legacy and Legacy decks and extended decks, you know, the Future Sight card frame. I was
Right.
like, what is this? What has
These magic
happened?
cards?
Where's Sarah Angel?
Alrighty, so now we are back to the pump spell plan.
Theorixis.
I'm saying, do I take 3? Is that what's happening here?
I'll take 7. Drops me 5.
Doesn't clear the Tamiyo off the board.
I don't think he wins by doing that.
No,
No.
because the death rates. Well, there's no creatures, but
There's no creature.
Arbor Elf
and there's
now.
no-
What's that?
that is the 1/2 reach death touch
Spider.
Deadly
Yes,
Recluse?
Deadly Recluse.
That's
Yes.
weird. But to be fair, that's the only card I've seen in his deck that
That
I
is
think
his
probably doesn't.
card.
Oh, okay.
It sacrificed to Liliana. It's great in this situation.
Hmm?
He's gonna
Well, no, don't, no. Because he wants to scavenge it.
Now, I'm
Now
going
he's
to
just
tap this dude. He has 4 mana. How much is the scavenge on Deadbridge?
7?
Oh, jeez.
but it's just gonna get eaten by
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I think it's over now. Revenge of the Hunted, good here.
You're very good here.
But he does get to attack and kill that Deathrite, right? Well, no,
He can
because
kill the
now that he's at 7, he doesn't have to worry about Titanic growth. But if he hadn't gained that 2 life, like, he would have to block with a Deathrite because he just loses to Titanic growth.
Yeah.
It's just going to be impossible to beat, like, he's got
He
like
has a
one,
creature in his hand because he just moved his creature to the left.
yeah, he has like one turn, otherwise he's just going to get, like, Liliana Edict locked.
going to Liliana.
So the 1-2 swinging in, Maxx, the only way that Maxx is like deciding,
Pointing to Liliana.
which, if he's going to block it out, if it's attacking Liliana.
The Ooze! The Ooze is like so good, except against the exact board Maxx has.
Yeah, who's Ristania, not the
And you know
ideal situation for
and you know he
Ooze.
has another Liliana in his hand.
He does?
I would assume he does. There's a lot of text on that. Tamiyo.
Either way, that Tamiyo is getting up to ultimate range.
Tamiyo is so good against the Ooze specifically.
We'll see what Maxx is out of gas. He didn't have a Thragtusk. He's running through all his thing twices now. He's only going to be able to tap down 1 threat. The wolf here. I would assume.
No, I would tap to.
I guess you can afford to let these grow once.
Neither have trample, right?
You
Correct.
have to. We haven't seen a Rancor
So that
or Travis yet.
I was gonna say, is he playing Rancor?
Yes.
So you drew another creature.
Revenge of the Hunted would have been good there.
Very good.
I like how I keep saying that. Like, when is it never?
Yeah, when is it?
Turn 1. I drew turn 1 Terminus against Logan. No creatures on board and no lands. It wasn't a good Terminus.
Liliana's, Tamiyo's ultimate on 7 or 8?
8.
8. So he's 2 turns away from...
It's a -8, yes. Unless he Temporal Masteries. Huh?
He's not playing Temporal Master.
See? But if he was...
He'd be losing this game because he's like, dang, I drew all these Temporal Masters instead of cards that do stuff.
Another ooze?
Who's the boss? Get that card out of your graveyard, deal 2 to you. All the life totals might want to be updated before we go into
6 to 18.
Screensaver lock. Can't stop golfing. 3 mana, that's a 4 mana. What did he have 3 mana for?
Flashback, think twice.
Oh, okay. So Maxx is literally out of gas.
He's tapping down the Avenger again.
No, I think he's tapping out Predators. Yep.
So,
Revenge.
Revenge.
I just want to see a Miracle Revenge.
There's 3 of them in there.
The Revenge?
Mm-hmm.
Go put one on top of his deck.
I can never bring myself to put 1 Thunderous Wrath in my Legacy Burn deck.
Right.
Just 1.
Yeah.
Dice at the ready. Turn all my dudes sideways. Hopefully coming at Maxx.
Yep.
This is
You.
This is the turn.
Four.
Abrupt Decay, this
Oh,
thing.
Abrupt Decay, that's correct.
We can regenerate.
Doesn't want to.
It looks like he did. Nope, just let it die. He might have a follow-up play. He didn't move all
Does
this.
Abrupt Decay say cannot be generated?
No, it just says he cannot be countered.
He will be countered.
So he's either missed it or
He may have just missed it.
he might have a follow-up play like a Death Burst delay.
Maxx is in just jump and burn my guys mode.
Yeah, because now he gets the Tamiyo emblem plus whatever he got in his hand. Which I'm assuming is like something I can deal with these Predators. Some conversation going on. Travis Gibbs on the head. The only thing he can do is hope Alchemist Refuge and play for Maxx.
Like what Max's deck deals with.
That's the, it's the emblem.
Tragic Sluts.
At this point, you have to trigger Morbid and...
Maxx, if only you Tragic Slip the Deadeye Recluse twice.
Oh, there it is.
Please be good.
Counterspell?
I'm not rooting against Maxx. I'm just like.
We're rooting for the Revenge of the Hunted. And a game 3.
So you put
go
it.
to the Recluse.
You put it on the Recluse, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Or do you put it on one of the things that doesn't die to Abrupt Decay?
Yep.
Put it on that.
Put it on the biggest dudes. Oh.
Oh, so Maxx can't.
Times.
Maxx can't lose here, right?
Right.
Maxx can no longer lose.
And he just gets his fog back.
Oh, this is brutal.
What a way to go out.
This is the worst. Oh, Maxx. You ruined it. We could have gone to game 3 and this could have happened in game 3. Oh, and he has the Abrupt too.
Flashback to think twice.
It's one of those things where
Got you on fog block. That's rough.
he won't realize it till the next turn that he attacks. But the fog is still in his hand.
But to be fair, it's not the fog that beats him, it's the emblem that beats him.
Right.
I just thought we had a good one where we could see Revenge of the Hunted for the win. But instead we saw Fog for the bitter loss.
For the bitter win. And the best part is it's like a German fog or something. It says like Flinde or something like that. So it's not even fog. Maxx actually has 8 cards in his sideboard to beat Crater Hoof Reanimator. Fog being one of them. Stranger guys, attacking. You take damage, right? So you're just gonna keep playing that the rest of the game?
And I can hear Travis is asking about, like, do they still get counters even though it's the Fog? And
Right.
the chat is wondering why Travis hasn't scooped at this point. That's because Travis is playing his first FNM, and
he doesn't understand that Maxx will never tap below the threshold of having one.
he'll get there. He'll get there. It's just, I imagine this is the first time he had to read Tamiyo, so he clearly was not familiar with that card.
Right.
So there's no way he's familiar with an emblem that says every card that goes to your graveyard comes back to your hand.
I'm on the field. I'm here. Hey guys.
I guess, to be perfectly honest, I guess there's a situation where, like, I guess not. Now that he's found a win condition,
Right.
You can't make him show you a win condition, I guess. Because there's no way
Travis put up a very good fight. There's about, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 cards there that stop the Revenge of the Hunted Miracle for the win. Like Aetherize and Summon type effects. But unfortunately, Maxx had one of those very narrow, very specific cards. He lost the time to
It is a side
lock up with the Tamiyo emblem. Well, I mean, Fog very good against Revenge of the Hunted.
Yeah.
Any type of like burst effect, like Crater Hoof, Revenge of the Hunted, any kind of like Biomass Mutation, anything like that, that is actually the decks that you want Fog in. I've actually played it sideboard in the band deck whenever Reanimator was big the first time around, and the Human Animator deck was big.
I'm trying to think if there's literally not a card that he can.
Mono green. He has no.
Comment in the chat says maybe he'll play a Mountain and Fling. That'd be great. I played Mage's Elemental at Modern on Wednesday, and I had the Flings in my box. I could have put in my sideboard before the event, but I opted out of.
Is this the deck you were talking about for the past couple weeks, but you wouldn't tell anybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's so easy. It's so easy to beat if you just.
Oh yeah.
It's not real good anyway, but.
I'm still trying to think.
Of cards that he could have in his deck that would win.
If he resolves a Hurricane, Typhoon, or whatever effect.
Do you think he's playing like a... Is there any kind of like Planeswalker thing that would work? No, because the Garruks will just make more creatures.
Deck after, and there's no card that comes to mind that just... Yes. Yeah, he deals combat damage. On the beats.
Nice. Revealing Fog.
Ooh, fair Fog from Maxx.
To be fair.
Ooh, he had it.
Oh, another acidic slab.
Slime your life. Slime your dreams.
Big Wolf. Why don't you just sacrifice Garruk there? He comes back to your hand.
That's a good point.
Sacrifice the Garruk. Sacrifice the acidic slab. It comes back to your hand. Go get another acidic slime.
Was it in your game that we had the interaction scene like we did last week where you could have ultimated Soren and then got to mill 20 cards off your Jace?
No, Soren was at 6 whenever that happened.
I meant like the next turn.
Yeah.
But then he killed your Jace before that happened.
Yep.
I thought you were going to fight over it, but
that game that wasn't important. Like specifically that game, I had 2 dissipates in my hand, and if Logan wanted to fight over Soren and Jace, that was fine. I was just going to save the dissipates for any card that mattered. Maxx just arbitrarily having a forest up at his front line.
So Drowned Harbor. The most important card in Max's deck right now is Forest.
This is Sack. Oh no, Sack the Slug! Come on!
I can always tell when Steve is here because his boots.
Yep. Deadeye Navigator, a Snake Slime. This is just Showboat. He is just Showboat now.
It's kind of like highlight living material if anyone cared at this point. Now you're just being a beehole, Max.
Play this Deadeye Navigator.
Yeah.
I'm going to, I don't know, blow up 2 of your lands, and then pass turn with double fog up. Thanks for playing on Future Match. Come back.
I want to ask the question that may sound stupid, but I think it's very legitimate. Does Travis, if this is his first FNM, does he know that he can't concede?
Yes. Game 1 against me.
So he does.
It got to a certain point.
Again, it's a valiant effort.
Oh, there it is. Congratulations to
unfortunately
Maxx
got
for
blocked.
being the biggest beehole. That's so brutal. When I cannot wait to go back and watch that. And the point at which he cast the fog. And I imagine we all were just, I can only imagine our collective,
To be fair, like, if Maxx was Dave Brown in that situation, he would have Fog Lock, but it would involve Archaeomancer, Deadeye Navigator, and
Dave Brown, it's funny you mentioned that because we talk about shop legend Old Dave Brown, who used to play. I actually thought it was pretty ingenuitive. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Ingenious.
Yeah, ingenious. He was playing the Archaeomancer Devastating Tide lock.
Right.
So he would just like constantly rebuy he had Devastating Tide, then Archaeomancer, get it back, Devastating Tide, gives Archaeomancer back, get back, Devastating Tide.
For 7 minutes, the lock that I used to like was Archaeomancer,
3 times.
Venture, +2, exile my Archaeomancer, Day of Judgment, end of turn, Archaeomancer comes back into play, with Day of Judgment.
That's good too. You would also reach beehole status. So, Max Turner moves to 4-1. He's in the top 8. Let's see who else is going to make it. So obviously the Wright brothers are.
Yeah.
So Max playing by
They
control.
got to spend time this round working on their plane.
Jonathan playing.
Which is on the back parking lot.
Hey, bud.
What's up? Yeah, just want to pop in and say hi.
Just a little pop in.
Yeah, popping out.
Popping and locking.
So we get a cameo by Aaron Daly. Yeah, Aaron, I've seen Aaron like about a month. Of course, Aaron is a full-time pharmacy school student, so.
The Daily Aaron.
Oh. So, Scotty's playing Aristocrats, Jonathan's playing American Flash, Max playing Bug Control. Also in your top 8, the winner of Alec Myers and Mitchell Eastep, the winner of Brandon Hart, Aaron Daly, the winner of... Nope, that's it.
Aaron was in a good mood, so he might have won that game.
So there's going to be a couple 3-2s?
Let me see that.
Get Brandon. Get Brandon.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did I bring my decks back in?
1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4.
I think Brandon lost.
Is it being...
He gave me a sideways thumb, which I'm guessing is down. What is it?
3. So 3 9s bump up. The 2 12s make it. So yeah, there will definitely be some
3-2s?
So at least if no one drew,
Okay.
if none of the genius tiebreaker math people out there drew, there will be at least
The chances of Alec not drawing are like nil.
there will be like 2, maybe 1 3-2.
So we'll just have to wait and see. 5 minutes left in the round.
Because there is 2 7-7s there too.
Is there any more spoilers that we had? The Monday should be like the full release of the entire spoiler, right? Or
I hope so.
sometime?
Because whenever there's a full release of spoilers, I full release myself.
Well, there's what?
Well,
Somebody said earlier there's 116 spoiled currently.
Out of 150, which 15 of which are basic lands.
Out of 200, yeah. There's like 40. Yeah.
That lady we were talking about earlier.
She's a Blood Witch.
Like we came to consensus that
There's
like
too many good 4-drops right now.
this card and Rurik Thar are like the only champions that are like borderline. That pro red one might be good if like a certain deck like comes up.
Well, you don't think the black-green champion?
Oh,
I think he's very
Scarstrike.
good.
I think he's very good in modern.
Yeah, I
He's
guess
very good in Legacy. Where you also get Dreadnought.
He's the everything
Source
in
of
your graveyard.
plowshares and like
Everything in your graveyard gets
unscavenged.
But you can sack a creature to regenerate him, correct?
Right?
Yeah. I don't know.
That seems fine.
Yeah, this is the problem. When this card was spoiled in the discussion on the Facebook page, it was like how great this card was. But this card is only good if Hellrider doesn't exist, or if Falconrat's Aristocrat doesn't
Or if
exist.
Olivia Voldaren doesn't exist.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't have.
There's too many.
It just doesn't have removal, or it doesn't have evasion.
Right.
I think the thing where it's like all your creatures with +1/+1 counter, like so basically all of your Unleashed guys have haste. Like I don't really think that's as good as. Like it's very fringe. Like the games where that's going to
It
show
is.
up.
It's very fringe because the only thing in Black-Red that gives +1/+1 counters is Unleash. Like there's no.
I mean, for a period of time, like the Undying creatures might be good, but like try to think of a situation in which like the guy's going to like he's going to die before combat in a turn.
The Undying, and
sack it, I guess.
there's the Mark of Mutiny, which would basically like give another +1/+1 for the turn that you control it. So that's it. That's the extent of this Lord effect. So basically, this card says first strike, haste, unleash, unless you control
Tacklers.
Rakdos Cackler.
Double flail.
Target turn 10 Rakdos Cackler gains haste.
Right.
You still lose. That's what that card says.
I don't think you're playing this card with Dross Messenger.
Now, when everything rotates,
Fuck,
this
not
card
really
will see play in like the Boros beatdown deck. That's like the go-to red deck at rotation. I can guarantee that, but
I feel that I don't know how I missed that 3-1.
it was just spoiled today. It was spoiled on a Spanish website.
I saw that posted on Facebook.
On my Facebook page?
I guess. Is that the
So what you're telling me is that you're getting groundbreaking Magic news that you didn't see anywhere else.
That is where I saw it. On the Facebook. Zach Salesman.
Hooray! We got to end the stream regular before, but his username is Giant Walter Bug, which I think is very. That's good. All right. So they're announcing the random foils and
Scotty wants to go out there just to make sure that.
Is it still called the Conclave this month?
Yes.
What's next month? Have they spoiled it yet?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
I don't.
They did spoil it, and I can't
You're
remember
so
why or not.
confident that they had spoiled it, but so inconfident.
Still got some snot on my nose. We're gonna do this on camera. Yeah, this one. I didn't stick that one in my nose.
Later, bud. Good luck. So we move into the top 8. I'm losing a lot of steam here. This is a good product. Or just leave the spoiler in the picture-in-picture. Then you blow your nose and I just like take a little nap. I'm just gonna rest my eyes for a minute. I'm fine. But we do have some. Let's see what's going on. We got this week, tomorrow. Some of the guys are headed to Columbus for TCG 5K. I think it's a diamond level event. We went last year. Like I said, I'm not going this year. Last year I went. So last year there wasn't a GP in Pittsburgh. Last month, so I went to the TCG. Actually, the TCG in Columbus has pretty good vendors.
Right.
So you can do a fair amount of buying and selling there. Then next week, we've got the last FNM of Standard before Dragon's Maze. Then on Saturday, we have the pre-release here, I think at noon. And then on Sunday, we have another pre-release at noon. And on Sunday, we will be streaming that one. We'll do the same thing we did last time where I play on Saturday and stream on Sunday.
Okay.
So make sure you're following us on Twitch, which is, if you're using the new format, the like button is over there. And if you're using the old format, it's over here. And then after that, I guess it's the first thing is the release on Friday. We'll be doing draft that night. We're going to have to, for that draft, we're going to have to, I'm going to try as this weekend to get 8 real players in one draft, so it's a good draft. And then, hey bud, did you make it? We're at 3-2?
4-1.
And then,
No.
4-1. You lost one.
3-1.
Okay. And then
Breaker Genius
Star City. Where's the Star City one with the first? Do you know?
This weekend or
The one after the new release.
I don't know. It's nowhere close. I do know that.
Brandon Hart is